Hello, I'm Jacob Ray, and I am autistic. I am about to start my first motocross race. And in 2008, when I was diagnosed, I would have been told that this was something that I would never be able to do. But now it's just simply one of those challenges that I have to do. This is not my first time racing. This is only my first time racing motocross. I've been racing off-road for a couple of years now, but anytime I try something new like this, it is definitely a challenge. While I really want to go for the outside line, I had to go inside and ended up having a little bit of a spill. Kind of motivates you to push a little harder, and ended up having a quicker lap time because of it. So yeah, it's just one of those things where you're like, well, I already crashed once, so I might as well just keep going, push harder. But at the moment, I'm definitely sitting dead last. There's not a single soul behind me, so pretty much I don't have to worry about looking back, just look forward and go for everything. If you're curious what class I entered, it's kind of like B class, but this is Mexico, so they don't have A, B, and C. I was going to enter C because it was my first, but the race organizer said, hey man, you should probably go up a class. It'll be a little less crazy, and I think your speed is a little bit better, which turns out to be pretty good advice because I ended up getting third place overall. And we're coming up on what the C class guys would call rollers. I all practice hit those as rollers, but after the crash, I was just like, I gotta go. I can't roll those. So double, problem solved. And no, I don't think I'm like a fast motocross rider, but I'm out there having fun. This is a first time for me, and I really enjoyed it. The bike is definitely soft because it's the enduro bike, and I never really understood why people would be like, oh, enduro bike can't motocross, because obviously it can. I took it to the race, but I definitely understand where they're coming from. Like when you hit a single and land in the flat, you bottom out pretty hard, so I get it. Still, had a lot of fun with my enduro bike at the motocross race. It felt like I wasn't going to be able to stop at that corner. That's why I went woo, because I went in real deep and allowed the 125 there to pass me, which I didn't know this until after the race, but that 125 is in a whole different class to me. So apparently they were racing multiple classes at once. So the only other person, nice pass, the only person that I'm really racing against is this guy right here in pink, and I have no idea. Like I don't really keep track of laps. I don't keep track of time. I just go until somebody tells me to stop. But yeah, this is the guy to watch, turns out. I really should have gassed it out of that inside corner. It would have been a pretty cool pass, but the outside was a lot easier. I don't know why I took the inside. I think he was just there. But I learned my lesson and gassed it through, and pretty much that's the last I see of him. I had no idea, but that was actually the pass for third place overall. I was in fourth place on this moto, and yeah, that was for third. I didn't know that. I just thought it was a good way to get by him and took it. That was sketchy. You could hear the first double as panic rather than the second one ended up pointing to the sky. So yeah, you can tell I'm not really sure what I'm doing on it. I'm just making it happen. Like watching it back now, there's a lot of speed left to be desired. Like obviously I'm braking too soon. I'm not good in the corners because I haven't practiced this kind of stuff. But like it's my first time, and yeah, I don't know, pretty happy with it. Obviously, to go to an event expecting to enter the lowest class and then entering one above it, and then to podium, there's a lot to be happy about. And obviously doing that instead of just rolling it, it was a pretty good day overall. And typically I race for like hours, like an hour or an hour and a half plus a lap, because it's hair scramble. And then motocross, it's like you get 2 minutes of practice and then you ride for 15 minutes plus a lap, and then that's it. You sit around and wait for the next time you do it. I had no idea. I actually didn't even know the format of motocross going into it. I just showed up because somebody invited me and did it. And I think that just being able to just understand that I have no idea and that's all good really helped a lot, because genuinely it was a stressful day because it's like no information was getting out. So basically I just gave up trying to understand because it even seemed like the organizers had no idea what was going on, to be honest. But it was their first race at this track. This is a brand new racetrack. So not only is it my first motocross race, it's their first motocross race as well. So that's pretty cool. Now that I know how it works, that there's 2 motos and that blah blah blah, yeah, I've definitely I don't know, I feel like practice a more loomy track, because the only motocross experience I had was on a hard pack track. So this one's very different. Fun though. I do like it. I feel like I have a lot more traction than I in the video, like in my head, think. Like I feel like I could probably really rail these ruts a lot harder. I actually start hitting this single here like super slow because the last few laps that I hit it hard, the bike bottomed out and my feet would get ripped off the pegs. So I was like, okay, this is the moment where motocross bike would be nice. So I hit that a little bit slower, just because it landed flat. This double, good landing, I'm all good. But when you land like dead flat, oh man, it bottoms out. Now, I've never ridden a motocross bike, so I don't know this, but it seems like I'm struggling to find the right gear. So I'm thinking that maybe that's another big difference between motocross bikes and enduro bikes, is that more gearing, because the 300 really tops out around 70 miles an hour, and it has 6 gears. So I'm constantly like rolling through the gears, and because it's got a lot of low end grunt, I should be able to leave it into a higher gear. And if I'd done that, I probably would have been smoother. But you know, live and learn. Snuck up on me there. That little 125 is a ripper. So that's a different class, or my class. I don't really know, but they're definitely lapping me, whatever the case may be. They got some skills. It's pretty cool to see. I mean, I wish I would have known they were there. I wouldn't have, freaked out a little bit. Tiny poo in my pants. And that's it. I actually didn't even see the white flag, and had no idea it was the finish line until I saw that guy with the yellow flag and was like, oh yeah, that guy just turned off. Like, that's how little I understood the format of it. It's pretty wild. But anyways, that's that. The idea of this video was not to sit there and say, look how good I am at motocross, or look at me racing. It was to say that in 2008, I was diagnosed autistic. People were telling me all the horrible things that it was going to mean for me. And look, dude, I live in a foreign country and I race dirt bikes. If you want to do something, just freaking go do it. Don't let some doctor tell you what you can and can't do. If you have problems like sensory issues like I do with like noises, just wear earplugs, man. Or if you have issues with bright lights, wear freaking sunglasses. Like, we can fix this. We can work around our situation. Well, everyone in the world has things that they have to deal with. We just happen to have autism to deal with. So don't let that diagnosis tell you you can't do something. Just go out and have fun. That's it. Let's call this Tism Talk. Yeah. And anyways, I'm Jacob Ray, and let's go enduro / motocross, I guess.
A ver al DJ, súbele la música. Se fue con el